Shaun Lane, thanks for joining us on the Mowers, mate.
Train.
No worries, bro. Bailey, what's up to?
What's happening, bro? Good to have you here. Thanks for coming on.
Bailey woke me up at 10:30 this morning with a text.
I sent him a text earlier this morning. Go put me on the pump, find someone. So I knew Laney wouldn't let me down. Just trying to get someone on from the game last night to have a chat about the game. So I let Scope.
Yeah, Laney. Firstly, mate, thanks for jumping on. I said to Bailey, I said, one of the parts, if you can get in media and able to get us a few players at the drop of a hat. So he's been able to come up with you, mate.
Thanks, Laney.
After a really big game. How's the body, mate? How's it? It's been a really tough season, both physically and mentally for the Parramatta Eels. But where are you at, mate? Considering you had such a checkered, past 12 months with a number of injuries, how are you feeling? How's the body feeling? How's the mentals?
The body's feeling not too bad, actually, considering I'm getting a little bit older and it's this point in the season now. The mental side of it, probably a little bit more of a challenge this year with some of the things that have gone on. But, the best way to deal with that is just take it week by week. And that's all we've really done in this last part of the season. We've got three more games to get through now, and they'll continue to be a bit of a challenge. But as long as we stick together, then we'll be all right.
What about the changes? There's a few changes for yourself with position. I don't know if you would have played much middle coming through the lower grades. I can always remember you just being out on that left edge. That's what you've been known for during your NRL career. Did you spend much time in the middle before this year? And with some of the stints that you've had, how have you found it?
Yeah, it's not too bad in the middle, mate. For one thing, you get a rest, so I'm not too sad about that. But it was a bit of a different challenge for me, and at this point in my career, I guess it can get a little bit monotonous at times, just doing the same thing over and over again. So it provided me with that little bit of extra motivation to go out and do something different. But last time I played middle was probably when Baz was my coach at Manly. So I went not too bad under him there in the middle. And so I think we had Kelmer kind of waiting in the rafters there, waiting for an opportunity. So with our season going the way it was about handing him an opportunity to try and impress, and he's come along really well, and I thought he was probably our best player last night. So it's good that he's been able to kind of spread his wings in a season that hasn't had too many highs for us. And I just told Baz, whatever you need me to do for the team, then I'll do that. And I don't mind playing a little bit in middle if that's the case.
So as a fellow back rower, mate, who had to spend some time in the middle at the back end of my career, it's Baz got you beauty twice. So I think Brad was the coach at the time, but was it Baz who said, I think Laney can play a bit of middle?
Yeah. Well, I was playing only on the edge when Brad was our coach. It was only when the change was made that I think it was the next week I got put into the middle. Baz wanted to give Kelmer a shot, and he goes, I might play in the middle a little bit. I was just like, yeah, please do it. I want to play in the middle. It's a new challenge for me, and it'll be a little bit more exciting for me. I think we had something like 10 different combinations on my edge at that point in the season, so I couldn't get any sort of rhythm or combination with any of the players around me. And it was kind of getting pretty frustrating for me out on the edge. So I was just like, you know what, let me get closer to the ball, just get my hands on it and just get back to running hard and playing simple, because that's what I do best.
100%, Laney. I think you've done that really well. Just quickly before you go, we spoke about how tough this year's been, a lot of things happening in behind the scenes with our club. What do you do as a senior player these last few weeks, or what have you been doing for some of our younger boys to help them through this period? And what do you say to them these last few weeks to finish off strong and play for some pride in the jersey?
It's just about taking it week by week, like I kind of said before, and still trying to have some fun and stick together while we're at training. I think most of the senior boys have done that pretty well. Gutsy's always leading by example in that way. He's good on the field, but then off the field, he can be that light-hearted bit of a class clown, like Bailey.
Yeah.
And I guess that's pretty good at just getting the younger blokes to get over some of the disappointments that have continued to occur throughout the weekends this season. So that's all we really trying to do, and we just kind of keep telling each other that there's going to be a bunch of changes moving into next year, and all the coaches are going to be moving on. Some of the some of the other players are going to be moving on. We just got to try and enjoy this next few weeks with the blokes that we have and stay in the moment and enjoy each other's company, because it's not going to happen again.
Can you talk to us a little bit more about the skipper, mate? I was calling the game that you played and you got a really good win against the Warriors over there. I said before the game, when the team was coming out of the tunnel, Gutho and Regan Campbell-Gillard were basically laughing all the way up the tunnel. I said, there's going to be two things happen here. I was going, Para are going to come up with an upset and they're going to ambush because everyone looks so relaxed, or you're going to get pumped. There was no in between. You obviously you obviously get the win, but I guess with two senior players in Gutho and Reggie that have been around long enough, it just looked like it really eased the playing group, and you're playing with a sense of freedom, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, it's important. Our team earlier on in the year were probably a bit hesitant to try and shift the ball and test their skill out. Once we started losing players, we couldn't really rely on just going through teams and powering through them and stuff like that. So we needed to kind of adjust how we're playing and try and get these younger boys the ball and getting them in some space. And unless you're feeling relaxed and confident, you're not going to capitalise on those opportunities that we create. So the environment we've created has been about trying to have fun, still focusing and switching on when you have to, but not taking things too seriously, and just getting on with our job together and having a good time while we do it.
And one last little thing too, with combinations, you talked about how it's been changing so much on the left. Dill, once Mitch got injured, Dill went over to the right. You got Dijon Arce on the left, who's got a nice left-footed kick. What's the combination been like with him sort of as you finish off the back end of the season? Because he's always been a player of a lot of potential, and he's been getting, I guess, plenty of reps now and a bit of an opportunity to finish the season strong with you guys on the left edge.
Yeah, it's good seeing him getting some good time under his belt. I think he was kind of in and out of the team throughout the start of the year, but Baz has really stuck with him and instilled in him that confidence and that trust to continue developing his game while he's out there playing first grade. And I think over the last month in particular, I've seen him really develop his game management skills and improve how he's been able to put the ball into the corner and chase kicks, and then defensively too, he's kind of improving in that regard also. It's good seeing young blokes like him, despite our season, continuing to develop and improve their skills. And then the last few weeks it's kind of shown with how a lot of them are playing. It's just a shame that it's at this point in the year and not a couple months earlier where we still kind of had a bit of a crack, but I guess that's footy, mate.
Yeah, that's right, mate.
100%. Thanks for coming on, Big Train. I know you like your sleep, so I'll let you get back to whatever you're doing, back to bed or whatever it is. I'll see you on Monday.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me, guys.
Cheers, Laney. Well done, Bailey. That was a good get, mate. I don't know what it's like, mate. These are things, if you do decide to do more media stuff and you're able to get in the media, having obviously still close ties with the players that you play with, but a really good insight there from Laney. And I love the question, mate, about the leadership group. So I just want to delve in that a little bit more. He's obviously a leader for the club off the back of what you said, and it's up to now those senior players with 3 games to go to finish off strong, put their best foot forward, and show Jason Riles, sort of who wants to be at the club, and and help those younger players get through this period.
Yeah, 100%. I asked that question just off the back of obviously how our season's gone and a lot of the moving pieces that have gone in behind the scenes that a lot of the time as players you can't control. But it's about you're still judging your performance at the end of the day each week. So for a lot of those younger boys who haven't been through anything like this before, it's important you have a good core group of senior players that help guide them through these tough times. And we do have that, like Laney said. We've got Gutho, who's been fantastic, Mitch, Reg, Junior, Laney himself, who are helping guide these younger boys through a tough time. And ultimately, they'll be better for it in the long run.